Hello everybody and welcome back to another installation of And She Rants. Today we're talking about insecurity. This ring light is bringing some heat, okay? Both, heat, but also it's hot. This topic of insecurity is one that I've been kind of trying to figure out how to talk about on this channel without it being cringeworthy of me being like, I'm insecure. I've found in many areas of my life people have had misconceived notions of who I am because of them seeing my highlight reel on social media. Today, I want to pick one topic in terms of the things that I deal with my insecurity. I deal with overthinking with my accomplishments, my achievements, my intelligence. Am I actually smart enough to do this? Do I have the right work ethic to get certain opportunities? Am I a fraud? Am I feeling like an imposter? I deal with, being worried about my skin. But today I want to choose one of those, and I'm going to talk about body image and how that's really impacted me as an adult holding that insecurity and some tips that I have. I'm really talking to myself. So when you hear me say you need to, that's Olamide, comma, you need to, okay? Just to be clear. One of the things that I realize is that you need to stop glorifying a body type, a personality type, a physical type that is not your own. And instead you need to focus on loving you, what you look like and who you are. It's going to be real interesting for some of you watching, because if you follow me on Instagram, you know how much I talk about wanting to be thick. The little booties, I like the little booties, the little booties, I want me. And it's funny because I saw Kimberly Foster post something on Twitter about this the other day, and it was so funny. I was like, oh my God, I'm planning on making a video about this exact thing. And she was just talking about how, we place such an emphasis on women being a particular body type, and we're probably going to regret that. And I've been doing a lot of reflecting recently in my personal time that made me realize that I have glorified this thick girl body image. I've glorified the thick thighs, the tiny waist, like trying to have that hourglass figure. And while I've loved myself, I've found myself working out to try to get that some kind of variation of that body type. If you know me, right here, okay? Just like those airline people right here as they're going straight, that's my body, straight, okay? And because of like the media and just images of like what a black girl's body is supposed to be, I felt really insecure about having that straight body, and then also not being like super skinny, like, as they call it, skinny fat was like, is kind of, I identify with that strongly. And I've had a lot of issues trying to make myself into something that I'm not. The word of advice for me and for anyone else who's watching this is you need to give up on manipulating your body and trying to make it into something that it's not. If you choose to do that from a place of self-love, that's none of my business. I don't even know if that's possible. Probably, right? But for me, I was coming from a place of, hey, I'm being told that the body that's attractive for black women by mostly black men, who are the people I want to date. Obviously, I'm open, but okay? I've been told and been fed that the body type that they want is that. And so I've spent a lot of time kind of disliking my body type. And, at first when I was young and the images that I was fed then, wanting to be super skinny and then wanting to get skinny and then build up the weight so that my lower body could be bigger, and posting pictures and being like, don't I look thick? And literally having 80% of the people who vote, y'all disrespectful 80%, I'm just kidding, tell me, no, you absolutely don't look thick. And the truth is I don't, because I'm not thick. I'm literally a straight and narrow. And I guess I kind of am still working on a place of getting to a place where I'm like, that's okay. And I think that's beautiful. I don't feel that way right now. If I'm going to be honest with you, that's not how I think about it, but I think I can eventually get to that point. And so if you're like me, you need to stop idolizing something that's not you, because ultimately everybody's type is different. I don't have like a body type for men that I say like, you need to look like this for me to be into it. I've never felt that way before. I've never been like, oh, I wouldn't date him because he's got, big arms and like scrawny legs. I've never judged anyone for not having a six pack. I've never judged anybody for being like, as they say, overweight. Like, I've never judged that, So I don't know why I put so much pressure on me as a woman. And the other thing is, I can look at other women and appreciate all of their body types. You look amazing. You look beautiful. They're mad skinny. You look amazing. You look beautiful. They're mad thick. You look amazing. You look beautiful. They're straight and narrow. But when it comes to me, I've put some kind of pressure on myself to be this image that most people want. And I think that comes to do with perfectionism, and we all just kind of need to work on doing that. So one of the things you need to do is just work on loving yourself. Who you are and what you were built as is exactly what you were meant to be. And you don't have to manipulate any part of you to kind of fit some standard, beauty standard that other people decide for you. You need to love yourself. Allow me, Day. Talking to me. The second piece of advice I have is that we all need to stop congratulating, idolizing, and encouraging people based on an image of what's good by our own standard. And what I mean by that is sometimes, let's say, for example, somebody like lost some weight and you're like, "Ooh, sis," and when I say so, you're like, I am the worst person at this. I do this all the time. Somebody lost some weight and I'm like, "Ooh, sis, like you look amazing. You look snatched. Ooh, girl, tummy tight, tummy flat. Ooh, girl, like blah, blah, blah." And you have no idea if that person did that on purpose. You have no idea if that person did that from a healthy place. You don't know if they starved themselves. You don't know if they're sick. You don't know what the circumstance is. So you could be congratulating and reinforcing an idea of an ideal body type by affirming a society standard in people's comments, under people's to people's stories. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'd be under people's comments like, "What waist? Like what waist?" Like if you didn't have a waist, I would be concerned. If you actually didn't have a waist, like what are you? Why do we continue to reinforce those ideas and we continue to tell people like we're proud of them for doing something that we have no idea or background on? Now, it's different when someone says, "I worked really hard to get to this goal that I had for myself." Then you can congratulate them. Then you can say, "Wow, I'm proud of you. You met your goal." Not you met a goal or an idea of what I think you should look like. And we all kind of have to work on doing that. So I know for me, one of my biggest issues is body image. And I've been, I gain weight. Like I can gain 8 pounds in a week. I can lose 5 pounds in a week. My face blow up. My face gets snatched. Like my body fluctuates so much, which is both a blessing and a curse. But, I know when people feed me that, "Oh my God, you look so good. Like you look so snatched." I'm like, "Oh, like let me get smaller." So I've never like been satisfied, even with how hard I was working, especially when it gets reinforced by the way that people speak about how I look. Sometimes that's because I had a goal and I met that, and I appreciate all of those. But sometimes it's like, I wasn't doing anything and then I just happened to lose some weight and people are like, "Oh my God, you look so amazing. You're so small." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that, but let me stay here because you just associated amazing with small." We all kind of need to be more conscious of the way that we affirm stereotypes and societal standards of what women's bodies should look like, and men's bodies too. You don't know what people are dealing with, and so just be conscious and be careful. There's nothing wrong with having like a standard of what you want to get to. There's nothing wrong with having body goals. There's nothing wrong with having fitness goals, so long as they're attached to healthy ideas of what health looks like and fitness looks like, and that you're not hurting yourself. Been there. That you're not starving yourself. Been there. That you're not overeating. Been there. Like, just manage what you need to. Like, I remember I was working really hard to have a bigger, lower body, and just the way that I had to eat, I was like, I'm not willing. Okay? I'm not willing. And once I finally realized that, I kind of went in the opposite direction to rebel. And it was just like, let me just calm down and get back to a normal place. But I think the main focus is on being healthy and is on reducing the amount of time you spend on social media looking at other people and comparing yourself to them. I follow dozens of girls who are fitness models and who live in Los Angeles, and I see them in the streets, and they look so small, and they look so fit, and they look so snatched, and they have abs, and they what waist, and blah 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 blah. And I've kind of over time realized that that has hindered me more than it's helped. Like I remember someone asked me actually like a few months ago, he was like, oh, like, do you think LA has like influenced the way that you think about body image? And I was like, no, not at all. Like, what you talking about? I'm not like that, and blah blah blah. And then I realized slowly, like, oh, like 100% has. You have to just kind of make yourself conscious and aware of what you're surrounding yourself with. That's my little rant about insecurity and body image and loving yourself. I might have another series that continues about other kinds of insecurities, but probably not. Yeah, if you enjoyed this video, it's a little bit different. I just cough. Whoo! Like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel, share with people if you like the video. I'll see you next time for the next rant. Bye.